Welcome to this deep dive into how you can learn English efficiently. Learning a new language can be one of the most rewarding experiences, and English is a language that opens doors to countless opportunities. In this guide, we'll explore how you can make significant progress in English by focusing on practical strategies and immersive practices that will transform your learning process. Whether your goal is to improve your career prospects, communicate while traveling, or simply understand your favorite movies in English, this video will provide you with the tools you need to achieve fluency in the shortest time possible. Learning English is a journey, and it begins with the first step of commitment and consistent practice. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Building a strong foundation. Understanding motivation and mindset. The first key to successful language learning is motivation. Motivation drives you to learn and keeps you going even on tough days. Why do you want to learn English? Do you have a specific goal in mind, such as improving your career, traveling more easily, or connecting with new people from around the world? Identifying your why will provide you with a constant source of inspiration and will help keep you focused when challenges arise. It's essential to stay mentally prepared for the journey, as there will be ups and downs. But with the right mindset, you'll push through and keep going. Embrace the challenges, because each obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Setting clear goals. Clear, actionable goals are incredibly important when learning any language. Without clear goals, it's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed. To make sure you stay on track, break your goals down into smaller, achievable steps. For example, instead of saying, "I want to learn English," try setting goals like, "I want to be able to introduce myself in English," or "I want to understand a short conversation between two native speakers." With specific goals, you'll be able to measure your progress and celebrate every milestone, which will motivate you to keep going. Creating a learning routine. Consistency is the cornerstone of language learning. It's not about cramming in a huge amount of information all at once. It's about practicing regularly, even if only for a short time each day. Establish a daily routine that fits into your lifestyle. This will help you stay engaged and committed. For example, dedicate just a small portion of your day to English practice, such as listening to a podcast while commuting or reading an article in English during lunch. The key is consistency. This will help you steadily improve over time, building a solid foundation. Building an immersive environment. One of the most powerful tools in learning a language is immersion. To make English a natural part of your daily life, surround yourself with the language as much as possible. Change your phone's language to English, watch English language films, or follow social media accounts that post in English. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar and comfortable it will feel. Even when you're not actively studying, you'll start absorbing new words and phrases, and before you know it, English will start to feel more intuitive. Chapter 2. Expanding your vocabulary. Starting with core vocabulary. The first step in learning English is to start with the most frequently used words. You don't need to learn every word right away. Focus on the ones you will encounter in everyday conversations. These include basic greetings, common verbs, and useful phrases. Words like hello, thank you, please, and goodbye are essential for initiating any conversation. By mastering these core words, you'll be able to navigate everyday situations like ordering food, asking for directions, or introducing yourself. Learning vocabulary in context. While memorizing vocabulary lists is helpful, learning words in context is far more effective. Instead of simply memorizing words in isolation, learn how they are used in sentences. For instance, rather than just learning the word book, learn how to use it in a sentence like, I am reading a book, or I borrowed a book from the library. Learning in context helps you understand not just the meaning of the word but also its proper usage, making it easier for you to recall and use it in conversations. Expanding your vocabulary gradually. As you continue learning, it's important to expand your vocabulary by learning words and phrases that are relevant to your interests in daily life. If you're passionate about technology, learn the vocabulary related to gadgets and software. If you enjoy cooking, study words related to ingredients, cooking methods, and recipes. Learning vocabulary that aligns with your interests will make the process more enjoyable, and you'll find it easier to retain the words because they directly relate to your life. This will also keep you motivated, as you'll be able to immediately apply your new vocabulary to real-world conversations. Chapter 3. Developing listening skills. Starting with simple listening materials. Listening is an essential skill in language learning. In the beginning, don't worry if you don't understand everything you hear. Start by listening to simple materials like podcasts, short stories, or children's shows. These resources typically use clear, slow speech and simple vocabulary, which will help you build a strong foundation for listening comprehension. Try to listen actively, focusing on understanding the general meaning, rather than understanding every single word. Gradually increasing the difficulty. As you become more comfortable with listening, it's time to challenge yourself by listening to more complex materials. You can start listening to interviews, news broadcasts, or movies. At first, you may not catch every word, and that's okay. The important thing is to continue exposing yourself to the language. Over time, your ability to understand more detailed content will improve, and you'll become better at picking up on the nuances of the language. Using subtitles for extra support. Using English subtitles can greatly enhance your listening skills. Watch movies or videos in English with subtitles that match the language. This way, you can follow along with both the spoken and written word, which reinforces the connection between the two. Try to listen to a short segment of a video and repeat it out loud. This active listening exercise helps you improve both your pronunciation and your understanding of the language. Chapter 4. Speaking practice. Speaking regularly. One of the most important aspects of learning a language is speaking it. Don't wait until you feel ready to start speaking. Begin practicing right away. Even if you don't have someone to talk to, speak aloud to yourself. You can repeat sentences from movies or podcasts, or even describe your daily activities in English. This helps you practice pronunciation, build fluency, and get used to forming sentences in English. The more you speak, the more confident you will become. Engaging in conversations. While speaking to yourself is helpful, engaging with others is essential for real progress. Find language partners online or join local language exchange groups where you can practice speaking with native speakers or other learners. Don't worry about making mistakes. Everyone makes them. The goal is to keep the conversation going and to communicate effectively, even if you don't have perfect grammar or pronunciation. The more you speak, the more natural it will feel, and over time, your fluency will improve. Practicing pronunciation. Good pronunciation is key to being understood. To improve your pronunciation, pay attention to the sounds of words, especially those that are difficult for you. Record yourself speaking and listen for areas where you can improve. You can also shadow native speakers by repeating sentences as they speak, paying attention to their intonation, rhythm, and stress patterns. Chapter 5. Reading for comprehension. Starting with simple texts. Reading is an excellent way to expand your vocabulary and improve your understanding of grammar and sentence structure. Begin with easy texts like children's books, short stories, or beginner-level articles. These texts will help you get used to reading in English without overwhelming you with complex vocabulary or structures. Reading aloud for practice. Reading aloud is a great way to improve both your speaking and listening skills. By reading out loud, you practice your pronunciation and improve your fluency. This also helps you internalize sentence structures and patterns in English, which makes it easier to speak naturally when you're having a conversation. Reading in context. When you come across unfamiliar words, try to figure out their meaning from the context. Instead of stopping to look up every single word, try to understand the overall meaning of the sentence. This helps you develop reading comprehension and encourages you to guess the meaning of words based on how they are used. Chapter 6. Writing skills. Starting with simple writing exercises. Writing is a crucial skill that helps you solidify your understanding of the language. Start by writing short, simple sentences about your day or your thoughts. Don't worry too much about grammar at first. Focus on expressing yourself in English. Writing regularly will help you build your confidence and give you a better understanding of sentence structure and word order. Keeping a journal. One effective way to improve your writing is by keeping a daily journal in English. Write about anything. Your thoughts, what you did that day, or even how you're feeling about your language learning journey. Writing every day will help you become more comfortable with sentence construction and vocabulary usage. Plus, it's a great way to track your progress over time. Chapter 7. Expanding your grammar knowledge. Understanding basic grammar rules. Grammar is the framework of any language, and understanding basic grammar rules is essential for communicating clearly. However, don't let grammar overwhelm you. Start with the most important structures, such as verb tenses and basic sentence patterns. As you continue learning, gradually introduce more complex grammar concepts, but don't focus too much on perfection. The goal is to become comfortable using grammar correctly while speaking and writing. Applying grammar in context. It's important to practice grammar in real-life situations, not just through exercises. For example, while speaking, focus on using the grammar you've learned in context. This will help you internalize the rules and use them more naturally. Try to write short essays or stories where you can apply different grammatical structures. Chapter 8. Staying motivated and consistent. Tracking your progress. Learning a language is a long-term process, but it's important to recognize and celebrate your progress along the way. Keep track of your learning by noting down new words you've learned, topics you've mastered, and milestones you've reached. This will help you stay motivated and give you a sense of accomplishment. Maintaining a positive attitude. Remember that learning a language is not about being perfect. Don't compare yourself to others or feel discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Stay patient, keep practicing, and enjoy the process. Celebrate every small victory, because each step brings you closer to fluency. Learning English in a short time is entirely possible with the right mindset and strategies. By focusing on practical exercises, consistently practicing speaking, listening, reading, and writing, and staying immersed in the language, you will make noticeable progress. Most importantly, Stay motivated, be patient with yourself, and keep pushing forward. The more you engage with English, the more natural it will feel. Good luck with your language learning journey.
Thanks for watching.